So here we are into the family house, and this is our private warehouse where we store the old vintages and other family things. So here we have all the vintages of Adarmando, so starting from 2004. Like I told to you before, so from 2003 going back, the wine was just Bianco Umbria IGT with no name. It was simply Bianco Umbria IGT Trebbiano Spoletino. 2004 became Adarmando. So here there are all the vintages of Adarmando, and now we take together Emiliano a bottle of every single vintage that we are going to taste later. So here is 5. Up here. Let me take a chair. This is 6. Okay. 4. 7. That's about 8. 8. This is 8. No. This is 9. 9. 8. 8. How much is this? 10. 8. So you need of 11. 11. 12. 12. Okay. 13 we have it at the cellar. Here we have a small portion of bottles of my grandfather, great-grandfather. So this is one of the last bottles that we have. If you come this side, you can see the wine through the lights. So this is one of the last bottles of 1940. So like you can see across the lights, the wine is still green. So it's not became dark, you know, the white wine going to be darker after a lot of time. This is 75 years old, so and still have a beautiful color. If you think that the glass is green, it's nice. So that's it. Of course we can't taste this because of course we haven't. So you can see that at that time they use 1 cork for 2 bottles. So they simply break the cork in the middle to save money, and they used to close the bottles at the end with the beeswax. So it's not the best system to bottle and store the wine, but that's it. At that time it was that way. Now we go to the cellar. We open the bottles. We hope that all the bottles are good. We hope to don't find cork bottle, but anyway, if we find it, we do not take another one. So and we will see later for the tasting. Grazie. Anche le classi vocali. Questa era tutta una misura.
Io posso parlare in italiano?
Ciao Jancis, ciao Giulia. We set the table because it's a lot of time that we are not tasting all the vintages together. So, by the way, first of all, this is Emiliano Falzini, this is our oenologist, and Daniele, I need Ovenant. If you may help me, I will appreciate. So we are outside, so today is a windy day, and so that's it. We like more taste the wine outside because of the smell. Inside is good, but outside is better. So Here we have exactly the same vintages that we are going to deliver you. So we will start from the 2004 and we will arrive to the 2013. The first 4 bottles are bottles that we didn't open, are the bottles that are before Adarmando. So it's always Trebbiano Spoletino, but it was called Bianco Umbria GT, like I wrote to you on the email. So now Emiliano, let's go on. We taste glass by glass, vintage by vintage, and we speak about the wine in function of the weather of the single vintage and so on. So 2004. Wow, 2004. It was a very fresh vintage, really well balanced. At the beginning of the year, it was rainy, so springs works in a great way. So there was the right sun, the right rain. Summertime was perfect, and grapes was arrived to the ripeness very late, but in a very good condition. So 2004 is the vintage that we used to say is 5-star vintage. Is it right, Matt?
Yeah. Right.
Well, I wrote to Julia and Jancis that we reached our final prototype for fermentation in 2006. So from 2006 and next vintages, wine are working the same way. In 4 and 5 we still was looking maturation, how many times, how to treat it, clean it, not clean it, dry. So that was a middle process.
The beginning we try different way to explore this variety, because also for me it was very unusual and new variety. Trebbiano Spoletino was disappear here before and Gianpaolo started to make this kind of wine. So for me and for Gianpaolo too was a new challenge.
Yeah.
And now we are very happy to continue to improve year by year quality and
yes, in 2006 we learned how to work it. In 2008 I believe it was the first vintage we didn't use the yeast. Spontaneous fermentation, and then yeah, well, like Emiliano said, that was a variety that was used just for the house wine for summertime. So never be treated with the care that need a serious, great white wine. So before we always worked the wine just to do it, not looking to the bottles, not looking to do something great. We start to learn that the Trebbiano Spoletino, it was a great variety at the beginning of 2000. But then, after that we realized that was a great variety, we had to learn how to work it, and that was our evolution also on the wine meeting. I like a lot the 2004. It's very different from 2005.
Yes.
I believe that here there wasn't so many extraction. Also the smell of petrol that I feel in 2005, I don't feel it in 2004. And I suppose that have to be much more powerful into an old vintage than into a younger.
Yeah.
But here is unbelievable because smell much more the 5. The 5 was very warm. It was not vintage. It wasn't the best vintage for a white wine. White wines used to want freshness, to have low acidity, high acidity, low pH. So this case, of course, the acidity is not high like into a 6 and into a 4.
The beginner we consider the Trebbiano Spoletino as a very late ripe variety, and we harvested the Trebbiano like a Sagrantino.
Later.
Very later, at the end of October, beginning of November, like the tradition here. But in the last year, we prefer to maintain more freshness, more acidity, because for us it's very important to produce a wine that can age very well during the year. And, probably now we harvest the Trebbiano at the right time, more than in the past.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. We are today we are looking more to the freshness, to have a crispy wine, because this variety is very rich. This is a full body grapes, and used to make full body wine. So we don't need to push the wine to the power, because it's something that is in on futures. We need to work the wine to preserve the freshness. That is the main things that we have. 06. 06 is another.
It's a change completely the style of the wine, because it changed the winemaking process, the idea of wine that we have now in the mind. 06 is a completely different. The nose is fresher than 04 and 05, and is still young, very unbelievable for a white here. And, I'm very surprised about the quality of this variety. Every time that I tasted this white, I become very surprised.
Yeah. Well, 06, I like it a lot. I like the 06 is fresh, but at the same time have this small smell of honey. So it kind of
Also like lemon, like ginger. It's very fresh at the nose. The malt is rich, less than for me the 4 and 5, but it's very fresh. It's still young, very good example of Trebbiano 10 years after the vintage. It's a great.
yeah, still alive, and it's not the wine that you can say I have a drink it now because it's
Now
gone.
we change
So,
a lot. The 06 is the 06 vintage for us is the biggest challenge, the change of 2008 is a sign, another step using natural yeast, but 06 is a big step because we consider Trebbiano like a very important white. So we use different winemaking process like maceration, cold maceration. We keep on the lees for a longer time, and we sell the wine
the issue on the market,
after minimum
1 year.
One year in bottle. So it's very important 06 for our idea of Trebbiano Spoletino.
We can say that 4, 5, 6 was the vintages that switch on the lights on the market, switch on the lights with the journalist about Trebbiano Spoletino. Then 2007, that wasn't 5-star vintage, it was just 4-star vintage. It was similar to 06 but a little bit warmer. 2007, it was the wine that started to be awarded, and the wine that let change idea to all the winemaker of the area about Trebbiano Spoletino grapes, because like you know, here most of the producers used to grow Greghetto. So at that time in 2007 it was the year that where everybody realized, well, now the world know the Trebbiano, now the market is falling in love for this wine. So for them now was the time for everybody to start to work on it. So 2007 it was important in our story, not because of the evolution or the new things that we did on the prototypes, on the aging, workings, but because of the market knowledge. So it was the market that realized that was a great wine. So it was an important step for the market. It was an important step for us into the wine. In 2008, we had the next step, and here we have again a beautiful vintage, because in Montefalco all the pear vintages excluding 2002 was good vintages, so fresh. All the Ampere vintages was a little bit warmer. So 8 was again a fresh vintage. Also you see on the lane how the color is going to change along the year. I wrote to you into the email that Trebbiano it's not gold. Trebbiano it's green reflex. Of course, when it's going to be older, start to be darker, but never born gold. You can see that the gold color start to come out a little on 2008, but in 2006 we can say is a little bit gold, but previous one absolutely not. I wasn't drinking for a few seconds, and I believe at least 30 seconds, and after such time there was a salty sensation very long that reached to me really later the last sip. It was probably between all the vintages we taste now, but for me it's the most salty one, the most mineral, the most. The 06 for me, yes.
Also 7.
7 too?
7 because year by year we harvest a few days early, and for me it's very important in terms of acidity, minerality. We had a more minerality, salty sensation. It's very important to harvest the grapes not too ripe, but at the time, right time, with a good balance between the sugar, that is always very good here, and acidity. In our idea of a Trebbiano Spoletino is very important is balance between alcohol and acidity. The acidity is fundamental for this kind of wine.
I'm smelling again the 2007, and the nose is changing a lot. This is a future that all the vintages have, all the Trebbiano have. So this is a wine that needs to breathe, needed to be oxygenated. I suggest to you after the tasting to close just the bottle with a cork and taste the bottles again the day after. You'll see that the wine going to be better, and in the young vintages you can keep the wine on the corner, the open bottle on the corner for at least 4 days. And at the last day, I don't want to say that it's better, but for sure it's not the worst one. So 9, again a little bit more.
Every time that we taste Trebbiano, for us is a
surprise.
Because
It's a fresh.
when I come here and Gianpaolo tell me, okay, we make a white with a Trebbiano Spoletino. I'm from Tuscany, and in my mind Trebbiano is Trebbiano Toscano, and okay, it's okay, Trebbiano. When I taste the grapes and after the most during the fermentation, I fall in love because it's a great in terms of aromas and in terms of complexity on the mouth. This for me is one of the top white variety in Italy. In the central Italy, Trebbiano Spoletino is like Verdicchio, like Pecorino, the top of the central Italy. Probably is the same family, I don't know. But it's incredible the capacity of this wine to increase the quality during the year. For us, this is very, very important because it's our history. It's very important to show white here in Umbria after 10, 15 years with this kind of aromas and this kind of complexity. It's unusual.
The 9 is very large in the mouth. The 9 is big in the mouth. It is fat, you have this grease sensation.
Probably is in the DNA of Montefalco to produce huge wine. This is the brother of the Sagrantino, absolutely.
With what you mentioned. So,
absolutely. It's unusual because it's unusual for the terroir in Italy to have two indigenous variety, red and white, with this characteristic. Probably Montefalco is a unique. Sagrantino and the Trebbiano are in the same piatto della bilancia.
Same dish of the balance.
Same. Unbelievable.
10, it's a great vintage. 10, it's a vintage that remember me a lot, 2006, but work in a better way, of course. 10 is a great wine. I like it a lot. I really fall in love for 10 when I released the wine. And now I have the same opinion. 10 is a great vintage. Till now I like a lot 6, 7, also the 4. 4 have a freshness that I wasn't expecting.
Never we believe to produce a Trebbiano Spoletino with oak. Never. Because we love the freshness, the acidity, the minerality. And in our mind, always we have as focus, as idea to produce a very, very mineral and crispy, fresh wine. So it's very important for us to age the wine in stainless steel.
Yeah. Well,
with yeast.
Yeah. the beauty of Trebbiano Spoletino is that the wine doesn't go in reduction. A trouble of the white wine is that without oxygen, usually the lees, also all the dead yeast, fell down and start to smell bad. But doesn't happen to Trebbiano Spoletino, and that is very good. So we can avoid to use the wood for micro oxygenation. This is so good because the wood, it's true that give a little bit of body to the wine, but into the mouth, the white wine that have the wood going to be larger, turn all around the mouth. This is not our idea of white wine. White wine is something that have a bit sticky on the center of the drum, having to fall down on the sides. I want to fill in the center, and I have a stain on the center. Because when a white wine you start to fill it on the side, it's something that is ready. I don't want a white wine that is ready. This is a white wine that have to be over-ageable. So if I make something ready, it means that I did a mistake. Unfortunately, I can't say that there is a wine that is ready to drink, or it's going to be over-tired. So there isn't tired wine now. And I believe that the younger can be tired than the older. So what do you say, 10? So we jump to 11? Because I'm just thinking 11.
I'm curious. I'm curious because...
So I go back to the 10. I believe that we have to do that way. We smell the 10 and we drink the 11.
11 show like it's a very fresh, very young. 11
It's more balsamic.
see, also like tomato leaves, lemon, very citric at the nose. The 2010 is more ripe. 11 is young. Is 1 year younger, but show more younger. Probably the evolution of the wine is very, very slow.
Mamma mia, di
Sorry for the noisy, but we are working to build a new cellar, so that's it. I'm sorry.
Then on the malt is perfect. It's around, is a fatty wine, very, very nice at the moment. Is excellent.
Both of you, if you want to taste the wine, you can come to taste the wine.
Later we join you, not now. Do your job now.
Behind the camera, there are many people that are ready
That's the crowd.
to start exactly.
Cloud is thirsty.
Yeah. Slowly is coming a bunch of people. Parties will start at the end of the movie. 12 is amazing. The nose of 12 is amazing. I'm smelling it. There is a lot of tropical fruit, but I used to say that there are two kinds of tropical fruit. There is banana, pineapple. That's the smell that used to come out in the warm vintage. 2012 is again a fresh vintage, and here there is the tropical fruit, but it's much more mango. So very crispy, fresh, acid. There is other feeling of freshness that are crazy as well. and the smell of this bread skin that came from the leaves. A little bit smoke. I like it. I don't know if it's better on the mouth than into the nose. Anyway, more time I drink the old vintages, and more I'm convinced that the pear vintages have something more. I don't know if Emiliano have a different idea. I know that he's in love, always been in love in 2007. He always loved that vintage. I like a lot the pear vintage. Now I want to taste 13, that is the last issue, the one that was released on the market. Daniele, when we released Adarmando 2013 in the market?
20 days ago?
20 days ago, so it was July.
Yeah.
July. So that was released in July, and so it's a wine that needs more time. But we can drink it also now. Which is your favorite one? Decide. You can decide between three. Come on. 4. No more.
Now
No more than 4.
probably 10. Now probably 10.
Look into the future.
Future probably 13 and 12 are very good. But now I drink 10. It's a perfect now. It's ready to drink. 13 is very nice. Very nice now. After 1 year in bottle is perfect, but the quality probably increase on the bottle.
If I have decided to drink something now, probably I drink 7 and 9. 7 and 9 are also the 4. I like it a lot.
We haven't said it.
No, well, now we open a bottle, so we have decided which is the first one that we have had.
The 7 is more fat, more
Yeah. Because it's more
round.
vintage.
It's a more Burgundy style probably. The 10 for me is like a Riesling. The 10 I like this nose like hydrocarburic, like very mineral, salty on the mouth. I like it. Always is a bottle.
Bottle.
No, battaglia.
Bottle.
Bottle.
It's a battle of the bottles.
Bottle
The bottom of the bottles. Well, so we are going to have a full memory on the camera, so it's time to say bye-bye. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for tasting our wines. Now we need of backstage recording. So all the guys that come tasting the wine, so we need a backstage. Daniele, backstage.
Vieni a fare